Hello everyone, my name is Maxistian Sanchez Benavides. I live in Pitalito Huila and I'm a student from a bachelor degree in foreign language teaching. So, in this occasion, I will talk about material designs and specifically and answering a few questions about this topic, right? So, let's start. The first question is about the conception of materials development decades ago. So, for many decades, materials development was a simple production accompanying a wide range of learning resources and to illustrate methods. Right? According to the author Barton and Tejas, this means that the concept of material development was exclusively the responsibility of the teacher and did not involve the students as an active part in their learning process, right? So, however, these things they had to become to change. So, due to the awareness of teachers, so including new methodologies and materials such as the arrival of ICT and the inclusion of student voices to contribute to the process, right? The students are very important role in this learning process, right? So let's move to the next one. This is about the materials demand from teacher, and these these reflect that the the competences or the demands to to they need or we need as a teachers for design material, right? So, first of all, materials development requires, like I said before, designers to be reflective, resourceful, and responsive, right? This is known like triple R teachers or triple R agents, right? So, the triple R teachers inspire and do most these things. They spend time teaching and facilitating and guiding the learning process in their students, right? So they implement change or innovations and in their teaching practice, right? And view students as holistic and unique individuals, so minimize difference and maximize similarities so between students, right? Match their needs and consider motivation of the student in language learning. So they meet the institutional objectives and effectiveness to students, right? So uh, uh, these triple R teachers create a language learning atmosphere that keeps students' attention, so and imagination alive, right? And they need to keep the attention from their own learner, right? So they visualize and deal with models of syllabus and address the types of learning or teaching activities, right? And the role of learners and the teaching materials, right? And this is a complex activity, but is due in a specific order, and is basically that we need to design for design a material, right? For design materials for our necessary process. So let's move to the next one, and this is about the components for creating adapting didactic learning materials, right? So the essential components in the process of creating and adapting didactic learning materials, according to author Graves, are needs assessments, settings, goals and objectives, right? Like in the graphic, we can see this. Um, these are selecting and developing materials and activities, organize content and activities, like evaluation, and finally resource and constraints. According to the author, these frameworks of components is useful because it constitutes and organizes a way to combine a complex process, right? The teaching learning process is a complex process. We know that. So this is the current way in which we conceive these seven essential components that make up the framework from the development of materials in a solid unit, right? Uh, Integrating them all in establish the needs as same as they exist, right? This becomes a steps, so they need come step by step to put in these material development components and to finally achieve our objectives like teachers or English teacher, right? Or like material designers. So the last question is about my personal opinion about the principal role of the teacher when he is designing a language learning material. So uh, for me, I think the main role of the teacher must be uh, that of an or be an evaluator, right? Why? This is because with all that with word implies, the teacher must complete with a series of steps to carry out a correct execution and design that takes into account the needs of his students, right? We need know the learning needs for can start to design a material for the specific needs, right? For the specifically students' needs. So, in addition to the teacher must be self-reflective about the on process, the teaching process. So we can improve and contribute with a greater impact to the teaching learning process as an active part of this process, right? And this is the right thing. So the teacher is the most important, have the most important role in this activity. So it's very important that in this complex process, uh, integrate the student needs or the student like active part of the learning process and the teacher like the other part of this process uh, together made a great part of this process and make a great job about the uh, designer role, right? Is this the group, the perfect group for carry out this activity. So this is all for this occasion. Thanks for watching and bye. See you next time.